Hi everyone, welcome to QSO 321 People, Planet and Profit. And this is the second part of the lecture on process analysis. In the first lecture, we were able to see how to identify problems and also the most severe problem that need to be addressed first. And then we identify the causes to that problem and try to test those problems to see if they are significant or not. And if you can remember, we could test the causes to the problem by using the scatter diagram and also the correlation. And here is the example that we discussed, and that is productivity and absenteeism, meaning that we may assume productivity can be affected by absenteeism. And so data can be collected, and then we can apply scatter diagram to see if there is a relationship between the two. Also, we could use correlation as we did. And you can see in this case, we have linear relationship between these two variables, and there is downward sloping, meaning that there is inverse relationship between productivity and absenteeism. And so if you are to deal with a problem, which is productivity, then we have to reduce the number of absenteeism, because we know that the more absenteeism, the less the productivity, and the opposite is true. So after testing causes to the problem and find some that are significant and probably the ones that are not significant, then we will move on with causes that significantly affect the problem and leave those that are not significant. And then the next thing to do is to create the diagram, which we call the cause and effect diagram. So here we have an example of the delayed flight departures, and we have about 4 causes that were significant to this particular problem. And those causes are equipment, personnel, materials, and procedures. Now, cause and effect diagrams are important because they can help us to go a little deep to find what is in the materials or procedures, equipment, or personnel. Take an example of the equipment. Here we have aircraft late to gate, and also there is mechanical failures. Now, to deal with this equipment problem, these issues can be solved one after another. For instance, the aircraft late to gate may be resolved, and then mechanical failures will follow. And in that case, then you can see at least issues on the equipment are addressed, and they will reduce the problem. And then for materials, we have a number of issues. One is late baggage to the aircraft, late fuel, and so forth. And when all these are addressed, will reduce the problem. And when you improve the other causes, the personnel and procedures, the delayed flight departure will significantly be resolved. So back to the course menu, we have process analysis problems, and if you can open this one, look at problem number 2. The problem says the manager of Peralti's Pizza is attempting to understand the root causes of late pizza delivery and has asked each driver to keep a log of specific difficulties that create late deliveries. After 1 week, the logs included the following entries. So one is delivery vehicle broken down, couldn't make it across town to deliver second pizza in time, couldn't deliver 4 pizza to 4 different customers in time, kitchen was late in producing order, got lost, order ticket was lost in production, couldn't read address on ticket, and went to wrong house. So we are supposed to organize these causes into a cause and effect diagram. We have to use the following categories. One is machine, people, materials, and methods. So this problem is more or less the same as this one. And in this case, you can see we have delayed flight departure, which is the delay in pizza delivery. And also we have four categories, and that is the same as machine, people, materials, and methods. And each of these categories have those issues. As we can see here, we have equipment, and there are a number of issues. Actually, two of them, that the aircraft delayed to get mechanical failures. And so in this case, if you, for instance, choose machine as a category, then what are the issues that will go with the machine? If it's people, then what happened? Is it getting lost? Or maybe order ticket was lost in production? Is that the methods? Or is it the materials? Or is it the machine? Let's say couldn't read address on ticket. Is that machine, methods, materials, or people? Went to wrong house? Is that people? Is that materials? Is it methods or machine? Kitchen was late in producing order, and so forth. So I'm going to take this as your assignment, and I will ask you to create the cause and effect diagram for the delivery problem, and let's see how that comes.